Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Fluff. I am with Zach from Ghost Aside. We're gonna do a little live rig setup video for the Ghost Aside, whom my band is currently out on tour with. Now, Zach has a couple of, actually, you guys are pretty spring. We're in Europe right now. This is not the U.S. rig. However, you guys are each carrying 2 guitars.
2 guitars for now, yeah.
And this one is an actual ESP custom, which is nasty. It's black. It's black. And then it's black.
Black trim too, yeah.
Tell me about this guitar.
Well, this was my first custom from ESP. I think it was around 2018. It's just mahogany body, ebony fretboard. It was made in Japan and then painted in California.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. You got the little, well, they do custom.
Cool.
Yeah. They do the little ESP custom on the back.
Yeah, okay.
Then my signature on there, which looks like it was done with a silver Sharpie. It is paint.
And is this a 25.5 inch scale or 24 3/4?
24 3/4.
Fishman Fluence.
Fishman's, baby.
I'm a big fan of the Fishman Fluence myself. Yep. And this is not a full thickness body. We were just talking about this off camera.
Yep, a little lighter.
It's a little lighter than, say, our buddy Neil's guitar, which is quite heavy.
Neil's guitar would beat this guitar up.
Honky boy.
Yeah.
This is meant for business. There is very little pleasure on this guitar.
Streamlined.
There's no bells and whistles. There's no. I mean, this is for riffing.
Yeah, this is just a straight riffer. Just one volume knob, toggle switch, and that's all she needs.
Is this your main guitar?
Yep, this is the main guitar for now.
And what tuning is this in?
This one is in drop B right now with the Mammoth Slinkies from Ernie Ball. Best set ever. We were just talking off camera about that our band used to order individuals to essentially make what that is.
Yeah.
And then, when we started gigging again, we were like, we don't have to do that anymore. Some wonderful angel took care of that.
Okay, so let's switch out to your backup guitar.
Cool.
Now this E2, I am a big fan of the binding.
I am too.
And I love the fact that you've made it a single volume, and it's just, again, this is a riff machine.
Yep, super streamlined. When they're not customs, I always take out tone knobs and just leave one volume, which, I mean, honestly, I don't even know if I need the volume really anymore.
I mean, Stephen Egerton, hello. Have you seen that guitar? It's just, there's no volume or anything on it.
I love that, yeah.
Dude, it's so sick.
Another,
Is the tone controls still inside the guitar, or is it just wired clean straight through?
Just wired clean straight through, yeah. Yep, another standard scale ESP, another Japanese one as well.
This is really nice. Is this your backup guitar, or is this used for an alternate tuning?
Right now it's my backup guitar, and tomorrow in London it'll be for an alternative tuning guitar. Okay. But yeah, this one sounds great. It rivals the custom, maybe a little better, but it's.
Isn't that interesting how that works?
Yeah.
You'd think like the handmade custom thing would be like.
I think it's about the weight and the body though, which is why my next custom is being built as we speak. So I went full body for that one.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, just because I think
something different.
A little bit more weight, a little more girth will get me right where I want to be with it. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But this one's great. Simple, clean. Silver's about as daring as I get.
And then as far as switching goes, with your setups, which we will talk to with Chris in just a second, you have a tuner and an expression pedal. Are you using the expression pedal for volume, or is it to just bypass?
Just volume, yeah.
Just volume.
Volume and cuts, yep.
Okay. And that is your setup.
That's it.
That's it.
Simple.
Awesome.
I'm a simple man.
Zach, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and get some basses out here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Now I am here with Jim from Ghost Inside. He is holding his 2 beautiful Ernie Ball basses. One is a Sterling, one is an actual Ernie Ball Music Man bass. I am a big fan of the Sterling, which we will get to in just a second. We've been out on tour, we've been having a lot of fun. Which bass would you like to discuss first? Do you want me to hold one of these basses?
Yeah,
Here,
why don't you hold that?
Okay, let's discuss this incredible Sterling by Music Man bass, which is actually quite hefty.
Yeah, it's pretty hefty. So I've been playing off this Sterling series for the last 10 years or so.
Have you? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We used a Music Man to record Get What You Give, so I guess even longer than that.
Wow.
And
all right.
They've been super generous to me, and they've kind of always given me some of the coolest, newest toys they have out there. So I know this Sterling line is relatively new.
It is. It is.
Again, like you said, this one's got quite a bit of heft to it, which you can feel in the resonance as you play it and stuff. So I'm really enjoying this one. This is the first tour it's been out on.
This burl top, I mean, it's interesting. Sterling and Music Man both have a real specific thing they do with burls, and maybe it's just where they're sourcing the wood. I have a couple of burl top guitars from them, and I just never see anything like what they get. They look like the eye of Jupiter or something. I don't know.
Where did this wood come from?
I would love to know. Just their cuts of wood are spectacular, and I also love the pseudo kind of binding that's going on with this top. I mean, this is...
It's cool, and we've talked a little bit about maybe putting a pickguard on it, but to be honest, I just like the look of it. So we're pretty happy with this one. It plays great, sounds great.
Yeah, wow. This is really amazing. And is this your main
So
rig
I
right now?
actually go back and forth every day.
Okay, and what tuning is this in?
So these guitars are both in drop B,
Okay.
and we're using the tuning effect on the neural for the songs that are in drop A sharp and drop A.
Okay.
So I feel good as a bass player who cares a little bit about tone, about the full step of modulation. Anything more than that, you really start to lose some of the bite and some of the body of the sound.
Are you noticing any latency when you do that either with the quad
No
Cortex?
latency whatsoever.
Okay.
Just a little bit, like when you get to drop A, you can hear that
Sure.
the quality of the tone is slightly different.
Okay.
But that's true no matter what when you start playing a drop
Well, I mean, yeah, also that, but in the context of like the mix, the crowd doesn't care. So
A. Right, no, of course not.
Yeah, you guys
I
sound
just
great.
make the boom boom.
Yeah. What string gauge are you using for drop B?
So we're in 130, 105, 85, 65.
Two 130s. Okay.
Yeah.
Very. This feels very, very nice. Let's switch to your yellow bass.
Let's hand this to the Viking.
Let's hand this to, I would say, the most handsome tech I've ever seen.
Oh,
I loved him in Aquaman. He's
was
great.
fantastic.
Nick is great.
All right, so again, I'm gonna let you
so
hold that.
So this is significantly lighter, I would say, than that burl top.
Yeah, and it does have the little cutaway. It is the wrapped body or whatever.
18-volt preamp.
Yeah, which I think is a noticeable difference in quality
I would
between
agree.
some of the earlier models of this to the 18-volt preamp. It just the depth of sound that it's putting out is incredible. So pretty happy with that.
Now is this? I mean, this is pretty much the same electronically
Yep.
as your Sterling.
So I am getting really consistent sound between the two basses, so that like
Okay.
when I switch, even though the other one is the standard 9-volt
Yeah.
preamp, I'm not getting a huge difference in tone. So
I love that.
yeah,
And when you're, do you switch between the pickups? Do you have a setting that you like particularly?
I leave it where it is. Everything is
Everything
right.
up?
Everything is right in the middle.
Okay.
And we're playing off the bridge pickup.
Okay. Wow. Wow. I cannot believe the difference in weight.
Yeah,
I
I
was
like
with
playing.
this
I like playing this one a lot more because I
sure
have
you
quite
do.
a bit more like swing it like a sword.
Okay. As far as bass tone,
Yep.
in your quad Cortex, what do you like?
So we came from like a kind of the old school Sanzamp distortion model for a bass, and so we've got just enough like roughness to the sound, but still a lot of body and a good amount of attack there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, I would agree as well. Your live bass tone has a nice punch. It does what it does. It has a lot of bottom end, but it's not muddy.
Yep.
Is
And
how I
that's
would
always been a
describe
big. That's always been the dance for us, is to like have this really low tuning that doesn't bite too much, but also doesn't just turn into muck. So
Because in drop B and below,
it's easy to get mucky.
Yeah, yes, it really is. Okay, cool. Jim, we're gonna switch to Chris.
Sure.
And I'm
Remember-
gonna let you get out of here.
Call a friend. Tell him you love him.
Call a friend.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thanks, Fluffy.
We have now reached the really nerdy section of the Ghost Inside Live Rig tour. I'm here with my homie Chris. Chris,
Hello.
thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
We're gonna check out a couple of your nasty guitars, which I'm shocked are black. Weird, right?
well, you
It's a
know,
theme.
There's only so many options in, stock guitars.
They're tough. They're sick.
I also make it harder for myself because I'm super picky. I have like
Sure
I'm
you are.
really attached to the Evertune these days. And
Yeah.
as far as like what ESP is offering stock, there's just not a ton of options. So I take
Yeah.
what I can get, you know?
Okay.
I do love this, and I do love the other guitar I have out with me. They're super classy looking, but
They are very
but my
classy.
options tend to be limited when it comes to like what I can grab off the shelf, basically.
Okay, tell me about this guitar.
So it's an LTD SN 1000, alder body, roasted maple neck,
Oh.
ebony fretboard,
Gorgeous.
HSS setup with Fishman,
Love
which
Fishman.
is, you know, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Modern, fluent in the
Yep.
bridge. I'm not even really sure what these singles
I
coil
think
guys
they're
are.
just the SSAs,
Sure.
I believe.
Yep. I haven't really had this HSS setup prior to this.
Now-
Some scallop frets.
Some scallop frets. Does that come stock like that?
It does.
I did not know that.
And I will never, ever put them to their true potential of use.
Come on.
But they're there if I ever decide that
Okay.
I want to get shreddy, but I'm just not that guy.
Now this comes with the Evertune?
It does.
Does,
Wh-
okay.
Which is a big reason of why I went for it. I got this right before this tour and fell in love with it. We had already shipped our gear over. I had two
Yeah.
guitars here already, and I was like, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to check one on the plane.
I'm
with
bringing
me."
it. This is your
Yeah.
main guitar.
This is my main guitar.
And you're playing this for all of the set?
The whole show.
The whole show, yeah.
The whole
yeah.
show, yep. And so we play in 3 different tunings, but we'll get into the rig later. But thanks to the pitch block
Yes.
in the quad Cortex, we're able to just
Yes.
travel light, main and backup guitar, both tuned to drop B, and
Yep.
then the quad Cortex changes the tunings for us.
Okay, we will dive into the quad Cortex
Yep.
after we take a look at your backup guitar,
Yeah, let's do it.
which I am actually a big fan of.
I love this one as well.
I love this guitar. I love the telly shape. Tell
Yep.
me about this guitar.
Yep. So it's just this is a TE 1000 Fishman in it. These have the Matt Heafy's signatures.
Hi, Matt.
Also Evertune, and this one
After.
came stock with Evertune as well.
Okay.
And this, I was playing just the telly shape when I first switched to
Yeah.
back to ESP at the end of 2020. And they were making a custom shop for me of the snappers. So I was like, I need to get my hands on a snapper to test it out, and I, like I said, fell in love with
Yeah.
it. So I still have love for these guys, and this one, I have 2 of these out with me right now. This one just has a magic mojo about it. It sounds good, it feels good.
You had this last year when we played
I
Brixton.
did, and it was my main guitar.
This
then.
is a girthy sounding guitar.
Yeah.
Is how I would describe it from an audience point of view.
The other guitar I have is the exact same thing, everything, every spec other than the finish, and this one just, it has the mojo. I don't know,
Yeah.
nothing, in theory, nothing should be different, but it just has the sound. Yeah.
Some of the parts, I
Yep.
guess. This is a set neck guitar. This is 25.5-inch scale.
Correct.
This is just, you guys got riff machines.
Yeah, and we, you know, for the most part, we like to keep things simple. I get a little bit more complicated because, like you said, I'm the more nerdy guy with
Sure.
gear stuff in the band,
Sure.
and so
Yeah, you are.
I like toys. But I just need something that sounds good that I can rely on, and it just the ESPs just get the job done.
All right. Okay. So now let's get super nerdy.
Okay.
Let's talk about your guitar tones.
Okay, let's do
All
it.
3 of you.
Yep.
You guys are running quad Cortexes.
That's correct.
You guys have a backup quad Cortex for each of you.
That's correct.
And what is your guitar tones? What amps are you using within the quad Cortex? Is it captures?
No, I've thought about going that route, and when we work on new music, we might go that route.
Okay.
But I'm just doing probably the most predictable setup you could possibly do for our genre of music is we're using the 6505 or 5150 block. I'm not really sure what they're
Okay.
modeling in there, but your PV amp block.
Great.
We're using the Get Good Drums Cali IR pack.
Great pack.
So PV into Mesa, you can't really go wrong. We've got the Tube Screamer block in there.
You are
in front of it as well.
boosting.
Yep.
Okay.
Ever so slightly, and that's really it. And then outside of that, it's going out of that into every now and then we'll have some delay in verb on stuff, but it's fairly simple. And when we go to clean sounds, I'm running I believe if I remember correctly, I haven't changed. I built this patch when I got this.
Okay.
I think I'm running some sort of Vox, but we'll check that in a second. We'll know for sure.
Sounds
But I'm
Voxy to me.
Pretty sure I'm running some sort of Vox for the clean
And you
channel.
guys are MIDI controlled, so you are not actually you don't have to worry about switching.
No tap dancing for us.
Which, okay, and the pitch block, how do you feel about the pitch block? Everyone asked me about the pitch block. It sounds very good to me.
I think as far as what's in the, because I went down a deep rabbit hole with this
Yes,
stuff.
you did.
Because I started we did the drop pedals back in the day.
Of course.
And then I wanted something MIDI controllable, so you got me in touch with Line 6,
Yep.
and the Line 6 guys sent us out the HX Thompson. We loved those, they were
Use
great.
those for a second. Yeah.
And then we got really frustrated by having an extra thing to plug in every day, so I was like, let's test the pitch block, and it's great. The latency is like barely noticeable whatsoever.
Less artifacty.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like I've gone
Okay.
down as far as like 5, 7 semitones, and it's like gets the job done. It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's everything. It's a clean, streamlined, incredible sounding setup. I get to hear it every night, and it's it's 5 out of 5 Beard's guitar tones. And
That's a huge
serious, and I'm not just saying that. It actually
Thank you.
sounds really, really exceptional.
you.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Of course.
I appreciate you guys, and yeah, stay tuned next time. Links down below to all the Ghost Inside stuff, and yeah, we'll see you next time, kids. See you later.
See ya.